Sid, first of all, thank you for making the time to just fly in and do this session at BVFF. Very grateful. I want to start by just asking you why you called Toosid.
First, thank you so much. Thank you so much to you guys for showing up on a Sunday, Saturday. It actually means a lot to me, and thank you, Smriti, for calling me here. I'm called Toosid because about 12 years ago I started a t-shirt company called Toosid. The company ran for 3 years, but then I adopted the name as my artist name, and since then it's like people just call me Toosid. Also, the thing is, a lot of people get confused between Siddhant, Siddharth, etc., etc. So to make it easier, it was Sid, and then people got confused with Sid. Like there's so many Sids, so Toosid just stuck, and now it's my name actually.
Thank you for telling us that. But Sid, tell me something. In the industry right now, everyone's talking about AI, but everybody talks about AI as if it's going to come in, like nobody is talking about it, at least in the circles I move around in. Nobody is talking about it with a sense of ease, right? Either you're really scared of it or you feel that it's not going to make a difference. I feel both are extreme viewpoints to take. And rather delusional or very risk averse. Can you just break down what AI really means for you in terms of what do you think it's going to do for the landscape?
See, on people who are talking about AI, who talk in support of it or against it, mostly people who are scared are the people who have not used AI. They take it like this new thing that's coming in, it's like a new mountain to climb, etc., etc. For me, AI is just another tool. When I started my career out, I just told you, I had a t-shirt company, and that was a hand-painted t-shirt company. At that time, you had to learn Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere Pro. These were all softwares that were industry relevant, and you had to learn them to sort of make a life out of it and earn money. But AI now is the same thing. It's just that it's replacing some older tools, it's making your life easier in a lot of ways. So people always sort of take a new thing that they're unfamiliar with as something to be scared of. It's like a ghost for them. It's like, ooh, AI is going to take away my job. Bro, your job is already going to go. It's just that AI is here so that you can learn something new and retain it in the coming time. So for people who are scared of it, they've not probably used it as much to say that it's going to impact their life or some of the other way. How it's going to change the landscape, it is, like I can't say what's going to happen in 5 years because the technology is improving exponentially every year. But the thing is, I think it's getting democratized. That's why people are getting scared. So for example, if there's a filmmaker or like a graphic artist, etc., wherever AI has embedded itself, they're earning, say, 10 lakh rupees doing something. Now that AI is here, they're going to get 1 lakh rupees. So the scare is just for the monetization part of it. It's not for the product part of it. No one is really scared, I'm going to use AI and make something so beautiful. No one's really scared of that. People are scared it's going to take away my money. Why? Because they'll have to work hard again, learn something new again, and then start from scratch. So primarily the fear is of that. How the landscape is going to change, you will see a tsunami of it in every industry. You'll see it. Filmmaking, arts and media is the first industry because we are also the first to accept change. Tomorrow, say a blue screen came in, everyone started using it. We are technologically more prone to using new things. That's why media, arts, entertainment is the first industry you're seeing this in. But as soon as it comes to, say, you're seeing it with Blinkit and stuff, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they are using AI technology to study you, to study the kind of patterns, even Amazon, like what kind of consumer behaviors you have. So AI is everywhere. You can see it or not see it, that is another thing. So it is going to transform the whole landscape in the next 5 years. So just be on the circle. Like sometimes when the wheel is moving, people want to be in the center of it. I want to be in the center, make the most. No, it's okay. Be at the corner, but be the part of that wheel. Keep seeing what's happening. Don't be someone who's, those uncles who hated Facebook and Instagram. They're all on WhatsApp doing the same thing right now. So, like, you have to sort of find your ground. Okay, I may not be able to do this part of AI, but I'm really good at this. So let me try and see where it leads me.
You know what is interesting is, I'm just going to give you an everyday example. So I went home and my mother they bought a new washing machine. So my mother very excitedly said that, come up with me, I have to put the clothes for washing, and come, I want to show you the new washing machine. And I was like, okay, whatever rocks your boat, I'll come and see it. And then we put out a load, and she said, wait, this is AI. It will, and then she pressed a button and she said, now this will decide how much time it will take, because this is AI, and she was fascinated that they've got something new age. So obviously AI in pop culture, generally in usage, and also in things that we don't realize AI has infiltrated our life. Sid, in terms of creation, I want to ask you, and I'm one of those people who's not really kind of like dabbled in this, but I want to ask you, a person who's not used AI and kind of is going to embark on the journey to now get to know how AI can be used and things like that, how late are they? Because there's a sense of, like, oh, have we missed the boat? Like, can we catch up? And if we want to catch up, where do we go?
See, no one's late. AI itself is at a very early stage. Take Facebook 10 years ago. How simple was the whole website to use? This is your profile, this is where you talk to your friends. And look at Facebook now. The thing is, your education happens while you're learning it. Most people take AI like learning how to drive. You already know how to drive. It's not like you're learning how to drive, you're just changing your car. You already are, you know how to turn a computer on, you know how to read stuff on internet, you know what a button does, you know what a back button does. AI is a car that is already there, maybe with some new features and functions. So you have to use it. People say, I want to learn AI. What will you learn? Do you want to learn how to make an AI app for people? No. You're a user. Use an AI. You've heard of a new AI that has come out, you have to use it. Every AI is designed for people who have zero idea about AI. Even ChatGPT, the first thing that they do is you can literally ask ChatGPT to tell you how to learn more things on ChatGPT. So AI is actually for people who have zero idea about technology. So to say, is it too late? What can I learn in AI? Those are things that will clear itself up once you use it. Okay, there's nothing to learn. You just have to use, you just have to press button. Of course, there are softwares like Stable Diffusion or Comfy UI that are more intense, but you'll get there. Like, at least for you to kickstart AI, A, you're not late, B, you don't need to learn anything, you need to use it. It is, you might have to pay $10, $20 for it, but calculate it in a way when you go to university, how much do you spend? And how much are you learning? And then see how much fees are you giving to an AI company and how much benefit you're getting out of it. There is going to be a considerable difference in the cost of it. So take it like an investment in your career and just start using it. Don't think that I need to learn this AI. Use it. The more quickly you use it, the better you'll get at it. So one of my friends, she comes from a traditional fitness background. She has gyms and stuff and everything. And she was like, we don't use AI, we don't use AI. Our business has nothing to do with AI. I just got her used to ChatGPT, okay? She cannot leave it now. For everything, you want to make a tariff plan for your customers. You want to make a membership plan for your customers. Say your father runs a small grocery store. You need a organizational chart, right? Like he doesn't organize the way Big Bazaar or some other thing is. So for upskilling, it's very important to use AI because it's like the best assistant plus the best teacher right now. So not late at all. Very. If you're thinking about it, start using it already. Because there's no failure in AI. Like, what are you failing at? Like, you're not losing money. You're not losing respect out in the world because you're not really putting it out there. So you shouldn't really be scared of AI at all. It's like a new thing. There was a yahoo.com, there was a gmail.com, there's a chatgpt.com. Take it back.
Sid has actually prepared a lovely presentation which he's going to get into. But just before we go into that, Sid, which are the jobs that you actually feel or things that are actually going to become obsolete, which used to be really something that people would kind of get into, that are absolutely going to be wiped out once more and more of AI starts to infiltrate at least film and entertainment?
So I don't think any job's going to get wiped out. They're going to get summarized. So if you are in creative field, you know there's a lot of donkey work. if you're doing rotoscopy, if you're doing shot breakdown, if you're doing storyboarding, that is the kind of stuff that actually doesn't make the screen, but takes a lot of time from your operations, logistics. It requires people. When you zoom out from your job, just observe whatever the donkey work is. That all is going to go away. So say storyboard. People knew storyboards aren't that important. They don't need to look good. They need to be definitive enough for your team to be on the same page. So you don't need an artist, but you still need an artist to run the AI. So that job is not going to go away. But that artist does not need to sit and sketch everything you're saying. They can just use an AI and get it over with. So any job, any department that has a lot of donkey work, like rotoscopy, something that ROI-wise is not efficient for the big corporates. For you, it is not worth your time. Like as a graphic artist, no one dreams to be a rotoscopy artist, right? कि मैं एक studio में जाके rotoscopy करूँगा. No one dreams to be a storyboard artist. Everyone wants to go to the next level of art or whatever field they're in. Take it like AI is going to take away all the donkey work. It's going to take away all the repetitive work. It's going to understand your patterns, and it's going to help you save your time to do actually stuff that is important. It's not that, okay, a shot that is done really well in terms of the composition, rotoscopy, it's written well and everything is amazing. But if it's done quicker, it's even better. So take it like, if you see in your job that this is something that is not that important but is taking 2-3 days and we require 2 people to do it, those 2 people are not going to have a job in 5 years. They're going to have another job. You're not going to pay them as much.
Super. Should we get into this?
Yeah. I prepared a small text for you guys because I don't want to yap all the time.
So,
did you use ChatGPT?
yeah. I'll take it through it. So I'll just shift here. So basics of AI into film practices. Don't take the title by its meaning. I'm just gonna help you out. Okay, since we're a small lot, you guys can throw questions at me and tell me I'm from this field. I need help here. I'll try and help you out. Can you go to the next slide? So I'm Toosid. I've been in art and design for roughly about 12-13 years. I've practically worked with almost all big brands in India like Apple, Coca-Cola, Netflix. I won't bore you with all of that. But what I specialize in is quickly changing my career. I have hopped my career from being a painter to being an interior designer to being a production designer to heading like design teams for big media companies like Vice at Asia Pacific level, and then now I just sit at home and make memes. Not all of that, but the way I've shaped my career is by damage control. People only call me when they're in trouble, when they need something in 3-4 days and they're like, okay, I want to put this video out day after tomorrow, how do we do this? We need to do this. So my career is specialized in finding solutions for visual problems. It's not particularly, I am a school dropout, so I don't have a degree, I don't have anything to, tell you that I come from Harvard, so you better listen to me. But what I have is I've been able to monetize it. I've been able to make money out of stuff that I've literally learned yesterday and I'm selling it to a client today. So when people used to think that you need to learn a software, you need to do this, it will be a gestation period of 1-2 years where you actually start seeing money off things, that's not true. You can literally learn something today and sell it to a client tomorrow and be a pro at it. Like it's it's a testament. I'm sitting here on a sofa and talking to you guys. 1 year ago, I had no clue how to do stuff in AI, but now the thing is, I have spent 12 hours in front of the computer for the last 2-3 years to sort of, understand all of it. Next slide. So this was my first AI experiment. So this app called Polycam, you can scan people through it. You can scan anyone's face in like 5 minutes, which uses AI at the background. I am not doing anything AI related in this. But the scan that you saw on the left is the scan that we used for Divine's Bazigar video and converted that into a whole video. So from taking the scan to actually making the video, it just took us a week. So this was the first place that I sort of understood that, okay, AI is interesting. Tech apps that are using AI may have a benefit over others. Because the scan that you saw on the left, if in a traditional environment I would have to go to, those big 3D setups where they're like cameras all around you, stand like that, those are very expensive. Where will we get that? I don't have lakhs of rupees to go to a setup and take Divine and do a scan of it. But now on my phone using Polycam, I can literally scan. I went to Kamakhya temple today and I did a scan of one of the murtis over there. 5 minutes, you have a 3D scan that you can use for the rest of your life. Now you can scan your parents. And I personally feel photography is going to change. It's been 300 years, I don't know when since the camera has been developed, photography has become clearer, but nothing has changed. But I have a feeling in a few years you might be able to, do a 3D scan of the whole place in like 5 seconds and then you'll be able to walk around. Can you go to the next slide? These are some of the other artworks that I just bring everywhere. The center one has actually a very interesting story. I made a video called Goat Painters Only, and I put Majnu Bhai in the end. Anil Kapoor, he shared it, and the next day he took out that thing with Delhi High Court that don't use his face or anything with AI, but at least I got to use it. Can you go to the next slide? No, sir. I'm done. So AI in art and cinema. Okay, go to the next slide. Most of you would be familiar with this, like OpenAI and Midjourney. These were the first two things that came out. A few years ago, me and a few of our friends, we invested into some programmers and we thought, let's make an ATM that gives out an image. We wanted to do it like an art installation, where you go, you type anything and it gives out an image. We invested like 5-10 lakh rupees onto it, and the minute I sent that payment, these two came out and all my plans just went for a toss. But these were the first two sort of platforms 2-3 years ago that everyone got used to it. Can you go to the next slide? And in 2 years now, we have all of this. Right, Hugging Face, GitHub have already been there, but now the scape is way advanced. Like you can be using any software to create an image. You can use ChatGPT to create an image, Comfy UI, and all of them are equally good. But can we go to the next slide? This is sort of the progression we've seen in the last 2-3 years, where earlier you would get something like this, and now you get something like that. So you know it's real, you know it's better than you. Craft-wise, skill-wise, they're way better in terms of quality, but that means you're also better in quality now. People take AI to be a separate person or like an entity, but if you're using it, you're sort of making it. So get over that fear of AI has made it. Of course AI has made it. A camera clicked that photo, technique, but you have the eye. So you will get paid more for your ideas than for your visuals and quality. And in a few years, you probably will see the left style getting paid more. Because when quality reaches a certain threshold in an industry, people like disruption. And disruption happens with imperfection. So even Picasso, if you see his graph, he started out with such beautiful painting, and toward the end of the life, he had this whole new concept. And that was very hard to digest for people, but it still is relevant, right? So don't be scared if your work is not that finished. It's okay, use AI, get there, get to where your intellect is. Sometimes our intellect is higher than our skill set. Like we think we like better stuff, but when we create it, it looks mediocre. It's okay, you'll get there. You can use AI over and over again to sort of, refine your craft. Can you go to the next slide? Now where to start? Next slide. So this you can screenshot, okay, if you guys are new to the whole AI thing. I'll take you through each of the things one by one. So assistance, ChatGPT. It's the most easiest one, it's the most reasonable one. My idea with ChatGPT is it's a great employee to have. It's like you're paying $20 a month for one person to show up to office who doesn't feel bad. You can at whatever time you can put it to work. You can ask it to do research. You can ask it to refine your images, etc. Then for image generation, these are the most common ones. You have OpenAI, you have DALL-E from OpenAI, you have Midjourney, you have Kriya, you have Stable Diffusion, Comfy UI, and you have Firefly from Adobe. These are all equally good. It's on what you want to create. For video, there's Runway, Peacock, Kling, Stable Diffusion, and Comfy UI if you use it as a frame-by-frame thing. Runway is, I like Runway personally because it gives you ability to do a lot more with a single visual rather than just animating an image. But platforms to look out for: Hugging Face, GitHub. Get used to this. If you want to get more used to AI, just as a habit, go to your computer, open Hugging Face or GitHub for 10 minutes every day. Put a time that from 1 to 1:10 or 1 to 1:30, I'm just going to explore these two websites. What will happen is you'll see a lot of free resources. Understand this, AI 3D, these are community-driven techs. Earlier, you had to go to an app tech or like a Maya to learn something. Now you don't. You have a thriving community where you can make friends, you can ask them questions, you can use their products, you'll probably be able to get some products that are not popular also. Like no one knows about it, but it's free for you to use. So that you'll only be able to see if it comes to the surface when you're there. So it's like go and see the sunrise or the sunset. Like you go there for 10-15 minutes, you have a cup of tea. Do that at Hugging Face and GitHub. In 1 year, I'm telling you, you will feel more empowered than anyone else around you because you're on top of the tech that is coming on. For upscaling, video enhanced AI, there's an AI called Topaz. So a lot of us, since we are in filmmaking, you guys will have to give out 4K resolutions, right? That takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of hard disk space, etc., etc. This, what you do is you just produce in 720p, man. You produce it way quicker and then just upscale it to a 4K. It just saves up a lot of time for you. And especially if you're in graphics, you know 4K is like a death to your project. So you can just take a picture of this for later on, if in case you want. Can you go to the next slide? Now relevance, it's a smartest assistant, okay? You cannot hire anyone cheaper than this. Like, can we go to the next slide? It's the best bouncing board. You're doubtful about your work, you're doubtful about your payments coming from client, you're doubtful about how to. So one of the biggest condom companies, they came to me and they were like, we've shot a bunch of videos with a model, but we can't put her face out there. We need a new face that is computer generated, and we just want to replace her face across all the videos, which is quite doable, right? Like if you think about it. But how do you go about it in a professional manner where you do not get caught by legalities, you do not get, you do not produce something that's substandard for a client? I just went to ChatGPT. I explained the whole brief. It gave me a list of everything. This is what you need to do from this website. This is what you need to do from this website. So it's like when you're new to an industry, it's your best assistant to have. It's your best bouncing board to have. It's your number two. It can remember conversations. It can have reasoning, and it's getting better day by day. So say if you work on a project today, your assistant will forget about it after 1 year. That what were the conversations, what was the root of it. But if you go back to that chat again, that memory will be fresh for AI. So use the benefit of AI to your advantage. Rather than, if you cannot beat it. Let's be honest, you cannot beat the computer, join it. Use it for advantage, take the most out of it. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, I did that. Now just taking a workshop on AI and breaking down AI for content creation. It's a 15-minute workshop. Make this more interesting, make it funny. You can do whatever. Make it sound like Kendrick Lamar. Make it sound like Kofi Annan. Like whatever. And it'll do it for you. Whereas if you ask this to an assistant, they'll get pissed off. They'll be like, I'm going to go have coffee. I'm going to come back and do it. So you need to understand, okay, a human being is good for few things. AI is good for few things. Be rational about it. Say someone's written a perfect script, but you don't like certain things onto it. They're going to take a lot more time. Or you want to just change the name of something. If you want to change something, a little bit of it, AI can help you do it way faster. Can you go to the next slide? Quick design. Next. So say make a logo for a bar called Hydro. For you guys it can be make a logo for my film called Jaya. Okay, say. It'll give you a bunch of options. It'll give you a logo like this, which looks like a shitty AI logo. But say if you have zero resources, in $20 you got a logo, man, in 5 minutes. You can have hundreds. So if when you're running a business, you do not care about anything apart from timing. You need things to be out on a certain time in a certain quality. And AI is helpful till say 70% of it. 30% is your own intellect. But AI can help you do things faster. If you're the kind of person, and everyone is, where everyone wants control over the creative that they're doing. Everyone wants to be choosy. Everyone wants to experiment. All art, like even today when I put stuff out there, every time I look at it, I'm like, isme ye karna chahiye tha, isme ye karna chahiye tha. When I do it by my hand, it takes me hours. Whereas if I use AI to do it, it takes me a few seconds. So I can do more experimentation. I can refine my thought. Then this is the next prompt. I was like, make a branding set for it. You get it in a second. Now, a few years ago, you had to go to an agency for an image like this, pay like 50, 60K. And this is 5 minutes of this morning, honestly. Like, this is not the logo I eventually used. Can you go to the next slide? So this is the logo I had made for that brand. There is one clear aspect of it. AI will make you good looking stuff, but it won't make you what you want. If you want to be unique and if you want to make it in life, you'll still have to be original. You cannot use AI to impersonate someone else. To be original, you'll still have to do your groundwork. So this logo I made, but where did AI come into benefit for this? Next. It's a restaurant, actual restaurant in Bombay, and all the branding done for it was done within a week with AI. So you have your bottles coming out with AI as an image, packages, how the restaurant would look. So what I would spend doing 2 months, like I would spend 2 months building something, is taking me 2 hours. So I can do more of it, I can make more money, I can go and get more clients. So you need to understand that AI is like how when you were growing up, I don't know how old you guys are, but you must have seen a sheet at every center, you need to learn Photoshop for this thing, for this thing. Those will be replaced by something new. That's the only difference. But it's much faster and much more, it's more zealous, dude. Like if I want to change this whole style and be like, make it like an Egyptian, pharaoh art, it'll do it for me in a second, whereas I'll have to build it from scratch just to see if it'll look good or not. The next slide, feedback. This is my favorite part of AI. This is where I use it the most. Can you go to the next slide? Whatever you make, just this prompt, okay, it's gonna save you. Whatever you make. I'll tell you why. Because AI is a stereotype. AI works with stereotypical thinking. If you write in AI, make a 30-year-old Indian man, it's gonna give you a brown, sweaty person standing somewhere. That's the stereotype. That's what the whole world or collection of data online thinks. So when you make something and you say roast this image, you go to the next slide. It's going to give you the most stereotypical roasting that can happen with your artwork or your script or your piece of art. So if you use this prompt to your benefit, what's going to happen is whatever your client's about to say, your AI is going to notify you before that. So it becomes easier to preempt what's going to happen to this design. So rather than showing it to a client and anticipating, oh, is it going to get approved or not, you go to AI and you see, okay, what is this person who's not thinking at all is going to give me as feedback. So then you can amend it or at least have reasoning for why it's there. So use this prompt as much as you can because it just gives you an insight, okay, this is how it's coming across. Next slide. Challenges, ethical consideration, ye to hai bro. If I have put 10 years of work into developing a style, AI can replicate it in a second. But I take it like it's life, man. Like it's like someone else, if a human being did that, what would you do? You wouldn't do anything, you'd just be pissed off at that person. So it's something, I'm too small to say ethically is it right or wrong, but I'm an end user. I do not get a say in saying what pictures are getting used to model this AI, etc., etc. So I just try and be ethical that whenever I make an artwork, it doesn't look like someone else's. Even if AI is giving me something that looks very similar, like say Guwahati has a very famous artist, Shantanu, he has a very distinct style. Now AI can replicate that style very easily, right? So it is a model in a way, but I think that's how this whole world is working, and I am not at a place to say that this is right, this is wrong, because I'm also an end user. So I just try and be ethically considerate whenever I'm making artwork from AI, that if I know this is stolen, looks stolen, then don't use it, man.